Hey there everyone, Video Game Cabinet here, and tonight we are doing a review of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I just reached the end credits of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for PlayStation 5. When I first started playing, I actually did not like the game. I was not expecting the deliberate approach with enemy encounters, and I did not like how gun use was downplayed while fist fighting was emphasized. Fist fighting in the first person feels clunky, and I hated how much of it I felt like I had to do. The story also opened at a rather slow pace, and frankly, I was bored. However, the unique puzzles and exploration still kept me going at the beginning, and I wanted to push through to see why the game had been getting such high praise from critics. Thankfully, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle started to quickly turn around in its second half, where the plot really starts to heat up. And as I continued to play, I finally understood how the stealth mechanics worked, and began to genuinely enjoy the entire campaign. The game totally won me over by the end. The Great Circle follows Indy's journey to retrieve a stolen relic as he travels to exotic locations across the globe. The narrative takes its time to get going, but towards the end of the Egypt section, things start to get truly exciting. The excursion into the Himalayas was especially thrilling, and the finale in Iraq is loaded with big payoffs for all the characters. Indy's voice actor Troy Baker does an impeccable job sounding identical to Harrison Ford, and both Emmerich Voss and Victor Gantz make fantastic villains as they try to one-up each other in every one of their scenes together. The rest of the supporting cast is very good too. I loved exploring and performing side missions in the Vatican, Egyptian desert, and jungles of Siam. Right before the final act, I focused on attaining more books and hidden items from the uncharted areas to upgrade Indy's abilities. I could hardly put the game down at times with the sense of adventure to be had in solving various mysteries and completing all the field work. The several landscapes you visit are not too large, but they are intricately designed and dense with secrets to uncover. This is the type of game where you must immerse yourself in the world to get the full experience. The primary criticism I had with the Great Circle early on was the hand-to-hand fighting. I had no patience when I first encountered the Nazi soldiers, and I just wanted to go in guns blazing. But firearms and ammo are hard to come by in this game, and I kept getting into fistfights. Eventually, I learned how to parry, and this helped me enjoy the fisticuffs a bit more. But what dramatically improved the gameplay for me was when I became more methodical with the stealth options. There is a lot of freedom the game offers when tackling a group of soldiers, and it is up to you to be creative, which substantially deepens the playability. By the end, I was having a lot of fun planning my attacks and sneaking around my enemies. The Great Circle tells a terrific indie tale. Once the pace picked up, it consistently had me on the edge of my seat. More opportunities to use firearms would have been nice, but I still enjoyed the stealth segments after going in with the right mindset. Transversing the varied locales was also a joy with the help of Indy's trusty whip and climbing skills. I rate Indiana Jones and the Great Circle an 8.5 out of 10. And that's my review. Yeah, I actually had and still have a lot to say about this game. As mentioned earlier, when I first started playing, I actually did not like the game. It was not what I was expecting. I was expecting a lot more action, guns. This game is very methodical in how you're supposed to approach the enemy encounters and use stealth, and there are guns, but like it's way de-emphasized compared to like what you're supposed to do is sneak around and hit your enemies over the head. You do have guns and you can use them as a melee attack if you flip them around. But like ammo is super hard to come by, and if you just go in guns blazing, you're gonna alert all the guards and they're gonna swarm you. But I was not expecting that. And when you begin the story, there's a cool opening couple of scenes, but like it does, when you first go to the Vatican, it's very slow to start. And honestly, like the first like third or so of this game, I was going to give it a 5. It was not what I was expecting. I really had to get used to the way the game was played, and but I started exploring more in the Vatican, and I was like, well, maybe it's okay, maybe it's a 6, I don't know. But about halfway through, a little bit before halfway, like towards the end of the Egypt section, the story starts getting really good. I don't want to go into spoilers at all, but at that point, yeah, end of Egypt, when you go into and then you go into the Himalayan mountains, I was like, this might be a 7.5. I still don't like the fact that I can't use guns that much, but we'll see. And towards the end of the game, I finally started getting it. Yeah, going in guns blazing is not the point, and when you find different disguises and uniforms, that helps you be even more stealthy, and that was really cool once you go into the game with the right mindset. And towards the end, I was definitely thinking, oh yeah, this I think I'm gonna have to give this one an 8. And then eventually, like, the story got so good and so exciting by the end, I was like, and I started having so much more fun with the enemies and sneaking around them and planning my attack, that I was like, nah, this is an 8.5. Absolutely 8.5. You know, really, really strong, very, very good game. Really good game. Really good game. But yeah, so, oh yeah, again, a little bit more about the voice acting. The guy, Troy Baker, who does Harrison Ford, oh my God, he sounds identical to him. He does an amazing job. You know, it's uncanny how everyone uses that word a lot, you know, when describing actors imitating other actors. But yeah, no, it is true. You really feel like this is Harrison Ford. It's amazing what a job they did with him. And the villains, Voss and Colonel Gantz, they were great. I loved their interactions with each other, and Voss was just really great as the main villain. He really surprised me. He was wonderful with a lot of his commentary and psychology and just how evil he was. He really, that voice actor really played up the character, and he was wonderful. But yeah, this game was made by Bethesda. They also made Deathloop, which I played 4 years ago, and I gave that one a 9. That was a great game. That one had a lot of stealth and a lot more gunplay. You know, I do wish that there was a little bit more guns in this one. You know, even though I started to appreciate that style towards the end, I still could have used a bit more gunplay than they gave us. But yeah, still a really good game. But anyways, yeah, also, yeah, right from the beginning, I was having a good time exploring, even though, like, sometimes, like, especially in the Vatican, it feels like it's a little bit easy to get lost. But fortunately, they have these yellow dots that you can follow when you highlight a certain objective. And the side quests are really good. You know, I like the side quests better in, say, something like Tears of the Kingdom or FF7 Rebirth or FF16 recently. But the side quests and the exploration in Indiana Jones are still really good. I had a lot of fun. It was very engrossing, exploring the, you know, somewhat small areas, but dense areas, and with a lot of stuff to uncover, you know. These are not huge worlds like Elden Ring or whatever, but they're small, they're compact and tightly designed and built with a lot of secrets to uncover, and it's really, really engrossing exploring in this game and getting immersed in the world. But yeah, so now with this game, I have beaten 5 games from 2024, even though this was released on PS5 in 25. It came out on Xbox in 24. So I guess with that, my top 5 games of 2024, updated list now, that I've played and beaten. My number 1 game of 2024 is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth still. That game is a 10 out of 10. Number 2, I guess, would be the Silent Hill 2 remake. I gave that one a 9.5. Number 3 is Astrobot. I reviewed that one twice, but I settled in on giving that a 9 out of 10. That was a great, great game. And then number 4, I guess, would be Indiana Jones here, that I'm giving an 8.5. And then number 5 would be Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown, that I gave a really strong 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my top 5 of 2024. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are my thoughts on Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I'm rating it an 8.5 out of 10. And have a good night.